Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Valheim. So, as you can see, I am running a modded version at the moment, and it's even more modded than it was in the last video. As you can see up here, 39 plugins loaded. I am currently running 41 mods on here, which is a bit of almost double what I was running in the last video. But there is a reason for that. So, in my playthrough of the game, I've been playing in this map here, Treeland, and I created a couple of other worlds here, and the one we're going to go into is Builder 2, where I've changed a bunch of the world modifiers in there, but then the mods that I have recently downloaded are also in play in that world, and the seed for this world is Odin Scatty. I have another one here called Super Seed, and these are going to be my building worlds where I use these mods because they allow me to build with no restrictions in there. So in the modifiers, I've turned the combat, the death penalty, the raid rate, and the portals right down. Turned the resource rate up to ×2. Not that I really need it. Turned on no build cost and passive enemies because, well, I don't need those guys bothering me while I'm trying to build. Because that's exactly what I want to do in here, is just kind of have free reign to just build in here without having to worry about going on quests and having every monster in the game coming around to say hi. So, in this little world, um, I that's my starting point there. I wandered down to the ocean, dropped a boat in here, and then started sailing around the main world here. And I found this little meadow, not too, actually directly north of my starting point. Ichthyr is right there, but I'm not going to bother with him. Um, yeah, so he's just right over there. But he can stay there. Uh, I set up this little area here, so I've got a crafting bench, a stone bench, and a forge with all of its accompanying pieces here to get the forge up to level 7, as high as it can go. So we'll just repair that piece, and then can't approach that from the side. We got to go from the front. None of these need anything. So I made myself a black metal axe and a black metal pickaxe so that I could get rid of all these big stones that are in this little meadow right here. Uh, this rune stone will not be moving. It's going to stay there. I don't think I can even get rid of it, honestly. Let's find out. Um, no, I can't. I can't even get rid of that. That is a permanent structure in the world, so you just got to build around those guys, and that's fine. So you notice I walk right up to this neck, and he just kind of like, huh? What? I think there's something there. They just ignore me, which is great. And the boars, they ignore me. That one over there is munching on some raspberries, or he was. Now he's going to go visit his friend over there and go for a little dip in the water. So I've got this nice little bay right here where I can set up a dock. There is a building over there, and there's a building right over there. So I need to eat something. We'll just grab those. So with some of the mods that I've got on here, um, the reason my stamina just went up to 244, and my health is going to get way up there as well, is because I went into the configuration files for VNEI and I turned on the ability to make any of these objects that are in this list. So if I want to go in here and make anything that's in here, I just have to right click on the object. I can shift right click on it and it'll give me an entire stack of them here if I need them. Let's go with red fireworks. So I'm going to shift right click on that and there we go. It gives me a stack of 10 fireworks, which I can then set off here in the field if I want to, or just get rid of it. Doesn't matter. So, so I'm setting up here in the meadows. Now, just over here, there is Black Forest, and we've got other areas around here, but Meadows is a great place to set up if you're going to be doing a massive build like I plan on doing. So I'm going to get rid of this building. I'm going to get rid of all these big rocks around here. That is clay. Despite what you might have thought that could be, that is clay. It is not deer turds or anything like that. So I got to go around and pick up all the clay. I like this little bay right here. It's kind of sheltered. There is a runestone right there. So naturally, it's on its own little island there. I kind of like that. I'm going to leave that where it is and maybe build a bridge from that rock over to there so that people can come over and visit it. I'll probably get rid of that rock. Going to try and, well, I could probably leave that one. I'll get rid of all the ones that are right close to shore right here, like these three right here, just to give myself an open passage into here so that I can actually bring a boat in here, turn it around, and, you know, park it at a dock if I put one here. Haven't quite decided how that dock is going to go yet. Because it's got to be big enough to get a long ship into. And yeah, there goes my voice. Good thing I made a pot of coffee before I started. So, need to get rid of these logs, all of these rocks. I don't have a real easy way of getting rid of those other than the tools in the game. There may be a mod out there that will allow me to like one hit that rock and just completely destroy it, but I haven't found it yet. I need to get rid of those rocks there, a couple of rocks that are along the shore there. There's a campsite right there I need to get rid of. The majority of the trees that are around here are just going to stay. I'm going to use this land here and I'm going to flatten a lot of spots around here just so that I've got, you know, a good base to build on. And one of the things that is definitely going into my castle is going to be that thing right over there. So we built the shelter. We put these three in here. I've got a black metal chest here. And as you can see, it's got 341 stones, 60 iron, some arrows, uh, my old iron pickaxe and pickaxe, or axe and pickaxe, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I had in there just to make a few things. And I don't need any of this up here now because one of the mods I downloaded is this, Odin's Undercroft. And this thing is fantastic. There is another mod, and I do have it downloaded. It is here in my hammer. And as you can see, I've got a whole bunch of different categories up here of build pieces. I downloaded a whole bunch of mods that adds more build pieces like redstone. And there's some more stone, core wood pieces, white marble. And then we get into basements. The reason it says there's 3 there is because it counts my hammer, counts that hammer, and it counts the basement. So this is a mod that you can download. And it's okay. It gives you a little one-room basement that you can put stuff in. but it doesn't even hold a candle to Odin's Undercroft here. So in order to actually build Odin's Undercroft, it is over... Where did I leave it now? There it is, Odin's Undercroft. There's 35 pieces that come with it. There is the Undercroft itself, which requires 200 stone to build. Uh, but naturally, I've got no build cost turned on and everything, so it cost me nothing to build this thing. As long as I had like 1 stone in that chest over there, I could build this. So let me show you what I did inside here. We're going to go inside the Undercroft. I put 2 blue braziers right by this door here, which is the one that leads outside. And then there's a hallway over there that leads back that way. And we'll go back there in a second. And you'll notice around this room, I have got every workbench set up in this room. I've got a whole bunch of hanging braziers and stuff all the way around the perimeter of here just to light up the areas around the workbenches. The one in the center, and then I've got this thing right here, which is, oh, where did I put you? I know it's here. Nope, not that one. It's in the stone pieces, I know that much. There is another portal that you can make. So this is the portal you normally make here out of wood. And then there's this portal. But you need molten cores, growlstone, and great orphies, and a stone cutter to build this thing. And that's the stone portal that allows you to take anything through it, whereas this one has restrictions. So where did I put it? Is it in missing pieces? No. More? No. It's got so many things in here that I don't even know where to find stuff anymore. I've got to like look all over the place to find pieces, and I'm just sitting here going through menus in here trying to find everything. Is it in there? Nope, not in Balron's. Ooh. Circle stone arch. Okay. Nice. I like that. Now this down here, plus this list up here, that is Sears catalog that I downloaded. And it allows me to expand this down to, I think, about 26 rows down. And then I think it's 16 across. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Darkstone, whitestone, greystone. Nope, not that one. Branch leaf, stone, not you. Is it in furniture? Where did I leave that thing? Well, not where did I leave it? Where did the hammer put it? So all of these, some of these require custom hammers. And that's what this thing is here. It's a custom hammer. And I've got a mod that takes all of the pieces from the custom hammers and brings it into my vanilla hammer in the game. So that I only need one hammer to access all the pieces, which is great. Now, if I could find that piece, I don't know where I left it. It's in here somewhere. I know that much. Bleh. It's not there. Not there. Nope. Oh, there is a clay collector. Build that near a clay pit if you can find one. I'm sure there's somewhere. I just don't know exactly where they are. Anyway, that is a piece that is actually in the game. And in one of those menus is that piece, and you can build it in here. So let's go over here. We'll start here. So we've got our workbench. I've got a tool shelf. I've got the adze, chopping block and the tanning rack for that. So this thing is maxed out with all of its additions. There's our stone cutter. This is our artisan table with the artisan press beside it. That's the only upgrade for that thing. Over here we've got the spinning wheel. Oh, did I put that thing in backwards? I did. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay. So I've got to rearrange my spinning wheel this way, not the other way. Right? Come on. Work. Oh, there it is. It's on this side. Okay, well, at least I can get to it now. Um, so, yeah. Add flax to that. We can make thread and all kinds of other stuff. I didn't want to put anything too close to this. Don't want anything to catch fire down here. It's kind of an enclosed space. We've got a sap extractor, a mead kettle, a fermenter, sitting on a big table I put there. And then we've got our stone oven here, a wisp fountain, unfading candles, which are an upgrade for the Galder table, as is the feathery wreath and the rune table. Then we've got a food preparation table. So, crafting station is too exposed. How do you figure that? All right, well, I'll have to play around with that later on. I think I've just got to put a roof over it. Hell, let's do that now. Okay, which roof do I want to put over it, though? I've got a few roofs to choose from in here. I love it. So we've got the thatch roof, and then we've got the shingle roof. What other roofs do I have? Ooh, an ashwood floor. Nice. We've got some De Berger's spiral staircases, right and left. Anything core wood? Yeah, we do. Okay, we've got some core wood pieces there. White, no roof pieces in the white marble. That's fine. Fine wood pieces. Hello. Oh, that's a stone roof. I don't want that. A clay roof? Probably wouldn't be too bad down here. Hmm. Ooh, curved pieces. Oh, this is going to be fun. So I'm not going to leave this one right where it's sitting. I've only got this thing sitting here. I built it in this spot just for setting up the, yep, let's go with that one right there. Setting up all of the workstations in here. Let's put one there and one there. How about now? Do you like me now? No, it's still too exposed. Ooh, how about you? Let's put you right there and you right there. Are you too exposed now? Yep, still too exposed. Okay. Well, that is unfortunate. How about you? Can I put two of you there? Are you too exposed? Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to use that station down here. That's too bad. All right. Well, we'll just leave that the way it is. It can just sit there and look pretty for now, honestly. And then we've got our charcoal kiln over here in the corner. And then we've got this. So we have a level 6 cauldron at the moment, which is sitting right there in the middle of our little fireplace here. I've got iron cooking stations on either side of it. And then we've got the upgrades for the cauldron, which is the mortar and pestle, pots and pans, rolling pins and cutting boards, and then also the butcher's table. And if we hop back here, the spice rack. So those upgrades get that up to level 6. And then over here, we've got our black forge. And the upgrades for it, we've got the forge cooler, we've got a vise, a metal cutter, and a gem cutter for that thing. So our black forge is currently level 5. There are no other upgrades for that one, I don't think. Actually, I'm pretty sure there aren't. And in here we have our blast furnace, which we access over here on this side. So we put coal in there, and then coal in there, and then the metals in there, like black metal and metal and all that. And then over here we've got our smelter. You'll notice I've upgraded the coal to 50, and also that side's coal. This side is the metal side. I put them both at 50, and I increased the speed on this. And then our last station is our trusty little forge that we make right after our workbench over there. And it's got the tool rack, the bellows, smith's anvil, the cooler, the grinding wheel, and the other little anvils over there, which puts our little forge at level 7. So this is the crafting room. And I was just trying out ideas, different layouts of all the stations around here. I want to keep all the crafting stations kind of in one room here. And then kind of right here, in each of these corners around here, I want to put storage that goes all the way up to the ceiling here for these crafting stations. So if I put in a bunch of storage right here and make it go all the way to the ceiling, it's not going to interfere with those. I'll still be able to walk in, go around it, and go down that hallway if I want, or get to the other stations. But all of this storage that I put right here will be for these 3 stations right here. And then the one that I put here will be for that forge, that smelter, and that blast furnace, and possibly the black forge. And one here will be for the cooking area, the charcoal kiln, the galder table, and that food prep area if I ever manage to get that one working. I might have to put a wall behind it and then on either side and then put a roof over it. Weird how it says that it's too exposed, and yet this one you normally have to build shelter around it, but it is currently reading all of this as sheltered, so it's fine. I want to put storage here, which will be for the oven, and then all of these guys right here. So then all of my stations will have storage close by because of that, the 2 mods that I've got running. So that oven, and then these guys over here, the charcoal kiln, the cooking stations, not so much. They don't kick anything out onto the floor, but the charcoal kiln does. The blast furnace and the smelter do. So one of the mods, as that thing makes a bar for me, or whatever I happen to put in there, it kicks it out onto the floor. The one mod sees it on the floor and goes, hey, I need to pick that up, and then puts it into a chest here. So if I have one piece of the item that it's throwing out already in a chest here, the mod will see that thing on the floor, look around in the area and go, oh, look, I've got one there, and put it in that chest. I also have, you'll notice that fire is not going out, and neither are any of my hanging braziers that are up here. I've only got a resting comfort of 3? Really? Okay, I need to do something to, decorate this place a little bit and get the comfort level up. But Yeah, I've got a one mod on there that keeps those burning all the time, unlimited fuel, which also affects my smelter, my blast furnace. It does not affect that one, the charcoal kiln. I actually have to manually feed that one because we walk up here and we look at it. It's got nothing in it because you have to manually feed that one. Whereas this fireplace, yeah, it can burn all the time. So there's the main entrance. Let's go down the hallway. We got to go through here, which brings us into this hallway, which has little niches along the wall down here. You can put trophies in there and stuff if you want. And we get to this intersection. There's two more niches there, a couple more down there. And there's a door over there. There is a door over here as well. It just doesn't render in right away. So fill all these niches with little trophies. And I'm going to turn on my little hip lantern. And we'll go into this room. The room on the other side is exactly the same. And so all three rooms down here in the Undercroft are exactly the same. Same dimensions. You just have to fill them up. So I'm thinking that we're going to keep that main room where we come in as a crafting room down there and storage. And then that room there and that room over there are going to be, I'm just going to decorate them with other stuff. So two niches here. I'm thinking this is going to be the personal quarters down here. And then this one over here, because, excuse me, dry spot, talking too much. Uh, so I'll fill in these niches here, and then this one over here will be just kind of general gathering area, couches, and all kinds of stuff like that. And this, I have no idea what I'll do with that area right there. But over here in the personal quarters, um, the nice thing, because we've got so much room here, the nice thing about Odin's Undercroft here is you can go in here and let's get out of the clay pieces. Why is it all clay and stone? This is supposed to be the fine wood pieces building set. Ah, there they are over there, the fine wood. So we've got shelves, we've got a crib, fences, ornaments, and there's more furniture there, beds, tables, chairs, and all kinds of stuff. Um, you know what? Let's go with white marble. Ooh, then again, that's kind of on the thick side. Screw it. Let's go with that one. Marble floor, large. So, can we? Nah, I think we got to go with wood. Let's go to building. I don't want to use that floor. Let's go with this one, the ashwood floor. And we're just going to pop that right there. So you can attach things to the walls. Oops. Down here in the Undercroft, which is great because then you can build 2 layers high in here if you want to. So now I've got that little bit of floor in there. Ooh, hello. Let's turn those stairs that way. Hang on. No. Let's do this. Yeah. Can I attach you? like that. And then let's go like this. And we're going to attach you. Oh, no, I don't want to attach you there. No. Oh, it's too high. Well, then let's just put you right there. Walk up these stairs. Hop up to those ones. And now we're up on this floor. So yeah, you can build 2 layers inside here. Have hanging lights up there, or you can have torches here, whatever you want. Um, you just gotta somehow match the pieces up. All right, let's take out these pieces. I can't take out the undercroft at the moment because, yeah, this can't be removed at this time because of all the stuff I've got built in that other room over there. So it won't let me destroy the undercroft until I empty out that room. And we got to get rid of all of the hanging braziers that are in the hallway here too. So that is going to get taken out. But at the moment, all of this is can stay here. I want to use this as just kind of a testing ground for placing all of these workstations and then building in that room over there and building in the room over there. And that little hiccup was the game saving itself. So yeah, um, hmm, that's interesting. Somewhere up there in the top right corner of my screen should be, or should have been, Steam overlay that shows me my FPS in the game right now, but it's not showing right now. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know if it's a Linux thing or what's going on, but it's not showing me, which is okay. Uh, temperatures, oh, the highest temperature is the junction on the GPU right now at 88 degrees. The lowest temperature in there is the lower NVMe, the one that the games are on, at 32 degrees. So, yeah, my temperatures are pretty awesome right now, and I'm just loving it. You guys having fun in the water down there? Yeah, it looks like it. Mm-hmm. All right, go have fun. Yeah, the boars are over here just grazing nicely. My longboat parked right here. Hello, little boars. I push you over here, and I push you over here. He's wild and hungry. Hmm. I need to feed him 3 pieces of something in order to tame him. So, yeah. Can I tame you? Nope. Not a tameable beast. Next. Um, so, yeah. I want to use this entire meadow right here, even build up over here a little bit. Um, it's not going to be entirely uh, castle. In fact, there's not. There will be a fortification, but it will not be a castle as such. Um, one of the awesome things that I love about the modding in here is right now, as you can see, I can move my guy around and I can build way over there if I want, uh, because of Infinity Hammer that I have on here. And one of the features of that is if I hit B, it detaches my camera. My guy stays there, and I can move my camera around here, up, down, all around, and I can get right up close to pieces that I am trying to place. So that restriction of having to look over your guy's shoulder while you're building just really kind of disappears when you get this mod and you enable this thing, because now you have no excuse. You can now get down here and see exactly what you're doing and reach places that you wouldn't normally be able to reach. Um, because yeah, my workbench is there, my guy is there, and my build camera is way over here. And I can build right to there. So that's how far I can get from my workbench and build in that area around my workbench, which is awesome. Um, and for what I'm doing here, you know, uh, that's fantastic. Actually, I'm going to pull out my hammer and we're just going to switch over to that. So I've got nothing there. And we're going to fly around and take a look at this. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of that, get rid of all these rocks and logs around here. I will get rid of that staircase. I'm going to get rid of those workstations sitting there. I will keep the undercroft right there for now, because I have a workbench, stone cutter, and all that in the undercroft. The boat stays for now. Uh, it's not hurting anyone being out there. That's gonna go. That's gonna go. Uh, I may do something with these trees right here because I've got this little bit of a clearing right there. And I might just trim these trees. Actually, what I can do is we can. Ah, it's not in here. Right. If I open up my inventory, I can go into VNIE, EI, not IE. But what am I thinking? And go through this list. And down here somewhere, I know they're in here. Because here's all the things that I can get and things that I can build. And in here are the tree, all the seeds for the trees. Oh, there we go. Yggdrasil shoots. Um, there's some clay there. We've got wood. We've got stacks of wood and all of the hearths and campfires in here. But yeah, I can get the seeds for any of the vegetables that we can make in here, carrots, turnips, and all that, as well as the seeds for all of the trees that are in the game. What is that? Moss covered roof. Oh, interesting. So yeah, this is something that I like. Having access to all of these pieces to build something that I like in the game. Um, I do, of course, still like to play the game the way it is, and make the progression through the game to get all the pieces, but also being able to have kind of a creative mode in the game, which I wish this game had. Um, Even though you do have that option in the menu for no build cost and all that, uh, all the no build cost does is as you progress through the game and you discover recipes, those become available to you and you can build them with no cost. Um, Whereas, you know, so you kind of have a creative mode in there because you can always take that character and do what I did, make a new save with a seed, and come into this world with all of that stuff from the playthrough that you're doing, and it all comes over into this world. So most of this, except for that axe and that pickaxe, and of course these fireworks, um, and the food that I'm eating here, uh, are stuff that I brought from my playthrough game. But having uh, the ability with VNEI to, there is a setting in VNEI in the configuration file that you can turn on that allows you to have access to all of this stuff in the menu here, and to be able to, oh, there's acorns for an oak tree. Oh yeah, there they are. Okay. Um, Being able to right click on any of this stuff in this list, and then it just appears in your inventory. And then you're able to use any of that stuff. So because I've got all the workstations down there right now, and I've got them all upgraded to their max levels, the only thing that I need to do in order to build most of the pieces that they allow me to do is come in here and find the thing that I want, left click on it, and so there it is. That is the Ashlands boss pillar. If I want to build that, I need Grouston. So I need one of those. Oh no, I need the pillar to make Grouston. Okay. So let's go back here. Let's go down. Yeah, let's go down here somewhere into materials. Okay, right there, the dragon bed. We click on that. So there is the dragon bed. It does keep a record of recent things that you've clicked on up here, so you can go back and forth between them. And then it's like you need a hammer to build it. And these are the materials you need in order to build that. So you need 40 fine wood, 7 deer hide, 4 wolf pelts, 10 feathers, and 15 iron nails. You can build it with a level 1 hammer, and you need a workbench in the area in order to build the dragon bed. So that is just a great little feature there. So I know what materials I'm going to need in order to build that thing. And then I can sit here and go through this list and get those materials and put them in that chest if I want, or keep them in my backpack and just build the item that I need. Uh, you'll notice my carry weight right now is 581, and that is because I have making yard, the belt, which bumps my carry capacity up to 500 from the 300 that we had before. Um, and the reason it's 581 is because of the one mod that I've got that takes into account all of the skills that I have with running, jumping, wood cutting, axes, and it takes these and adds to that. So as I get stronger in certain skills, my carry capacity goes up. Also, uh, right here, that is, so I'm carrying 99 out of 581. That says 100, but 64 of 74 here is this little window right here where I've got food and weapons, or my arrows, my food. I do have a swamp key, and then of course all of my uh, armor right here. And then we've got 2 more down here, which are quick slots that I can put stuff in. And then I can be carrying keys here. So I can have a swamp key there and another key there. And yeah, that's what that one is there. And then here it shows me the arrows that I've got in there and how many I've got. I've got Ixir, at the ready right now. There's my health. Here is the food. Um, Although this one, Alt Q. Um, Unfortunately, Alt. Oh, is it? Yeah. On my gaming keypad, Alt is bound to the space button on my gaming keypad. So that's what I use to jump. So going Alt Q to eat something. Uh, Q is also bound to auto walk, which is rather annoying. So Alt E eats that, and then Alt R. And R is my reload button. Of course, F activates Ichthyr. Um, yeah, most of the buttons are stock, I guess you could say. On my gaming keypad, I've bound most of them to what I'm used to. Yeah, so this is going to be transformed into kind of a village. There are going to be several buildings in this little meadow. And I just realized I do not have a bed anywhere around here to progress night into day, which is unfortunate, but you know, little things. I'm working on it. We're going to take these apart because we don't need them there. And yeah, so I got to figure out where kind of the main house is going to be where I'm going to live. Uh, and the Odin's Undercroft is going to be in my house somewhere. Uh, haven't quite figured out exactly where it's going to be. I'm thinking maybe my house, the main house, probably going to go right over there. So we've got the campsite there, that house there, and then we've got this area right behind it. And I'm thinking maybe I'll make the main house right around where that campsite is. And then maybe have some garden behind it or something like that. Um, and then we'll have other buildings around here. Might have the dock there, might have the dock over there, might have two docks. Maybe one over here and one over here. I kind of like that spot over there because we've got the runestone there, and that's going to be really close to the main house. So if I put it over here, and then we make the wharf in here somewhere, and then we have a couple of buildings over here for fishmongers and the shipwrights and stuff like that, right close to the dock. And then we can have just other buildings scattered all through here. Have another dock over here, and then put whatever in this area right in the middle here. Yeah, I kind of like that. So that's kind of my plan for this area. Um, I just need to get started on it. But the majority of the mods that I downloaded for doing this, I just downloaded those last night. So now I've got pretty much all the pieces that I need. I've got all of the, uh, all of these pieces here in my build hammer, and I'll be able to build them. I need ash wood for that, which is fine. I can always get that in VNEI. Um, so yeah, it is kind of cheating, but also not cheating because this is my creative world here that I'm going to be doing. So Right. Forgot about that. Yeah, I think we'll put the main house there, some gardens. We might have something over here. We'll put a dock over here somewhere, maybe over there. And, some buildings around here, buildings here, a dock over here somewhere. Maybe, ooh, maybe, okay, I'm seeing that. I'm liking it. What if, oh, it won't let me go any further away from my workbench than this. Oh, so if I dig out this stuff right here, take out those stones, I can't take that out, so it stays. What if I put a dock right along here and then build across there to that rock? Take out a bit of the top of that rock, and then we have a pathway that comes around here. That over there could be for the shipwrights when they're fixing ships, or we make that the main dock. So when people come in, they dock their boat right here, and they've got to walk past this thing. They got to sail past it, then walk past it, and around here to get to the main little village that I'm going to have over here. Oh, yes. I like this plan. It works. So, runestone dock, main house, gardens, something over there, another dock over here, fishmongers, and stuff over there. There's going to be a bakery and a metalsmith and a woodcutter and all kinds of stuff in my little village here. I think the woodcutter will probably live back there somewhere or right there. There's an oak tree right here. And then we've got beech and spruce, or not spruce. Uh, yeah, we've got all these trees back here. Sometimes, so yeah, we'll have to take out all of these rocks. But yeah, there is a mod that I know of that turns Yggdrasil up there into a physical entity and allows you to build on top of it. I have not downloaded that mod, and I probably won't. It seems like a cool mod, but I'm not going to start building way up there in the sky. I think I actually did that one time. I think I did download that mod a couple of years ago, and I went up there and I built something, and I downloaded Odin's Undercroft there, and I installed Odin's Undercroft up there because actually, when you look at it, if you go outside of the Undercroft, so that is sitting there on the ground. And if you activate the build camera while you're inside and you go through the wall and outside of the room that you're in the Undercroft, you're not actually down there under the ground. You're in a skybox up there somewhere. So the rooms that you're in the Undercroft are actually up there in the sky somewhere. You just can't see them from here because they don't render in. They're way out there. They're kind of hidden and they're out of render range, which is kind of smart of them. They kind of look at it and go, okay, what's the render range? Well, it's about this. Okay, well, what if we take those rooms and we put them way up there at the top of the skybox. Nobody will ever see them. And they're right. You can't see them. Um, let's put away our hammer and test this. I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. To the undercroft. Okay, we are here. Let's pull out our hammer. Release our camera. Release the camera. Okay. Oh. So this room is here. That's the entrance. That's the hallway. And if we go up through the ceiling here, here's the hallway up here. Oh, and then there's room over there and a room over there. So we go down here. Okay, so this is just the hallway right here. And then this is the room that we're in, that we first come into. Where are the other rooms? They're here somewhere. But as you can see, there's Yggdrasil right there. The ground is down there somewhere, and we're hidden way up here by Yggdrasil. And it's dark. I can barely see anything here. There's our hallway. Where the hell are we? I don't know where I am. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure where the other rooms are, because they're not right here. They're somewhere. I just don't know where. Is this them up here? Oh, yeah, there's one up here. Okay, and then the other one is right next to it here. Okay, so they've just stacked it. So the other two rooms are right here, one there, and then the hallway is there, and then the first room that we come into is right here on the bottom. So the hallway's there, the other two rooms are up there. I see. Very sneaky. But it is way up in the sky, up there by Yggdrasil, which is, you can see Yggdrasil, but you can't see the Undercroft rooms because they're out of render range. Cool. And it's daytime. So I'm going to start working on this. I have already kind of started working on it, building those workbenches, the Undercroft. I've gotten rid of a couple of the stones up here, but I haven't gotten very far, as you can tell. So I've really got to get to work on this thing and start clearing out a lot of the junk that's just laying out here in the field, and just start laying down some stonework and woodwork and everything and getting it all put together. But we are, holy cow, coming up on 1 hour. Did not realize I've been sitting here yapping for this long. So, without further ado, I am going to get out of here and get to work on this massive project that I've got planned. And the plans are all up here. I have nothing written down. And I'm just, in case you were wondering what my build style is, I just kind of go with the flow here. Hello, dear. How are you? Um, you know, I build according to the flow of the land here. You know, I'll flatten out certain areas, but the building will go up and down according to the land around here. I'll get rid of structures. I'll get rid of rocks, logs, maybe trim those trees a little bit and pretty them up. And those ones back there, and those ones over there. And yeah, so yeah, my building style doesn't really have a plan most of the time. I just kind of go with how the land goes most of the time, other than a little bit of flattening or raising ground here and there, just to uh, be able to build something there. But I'm going to get out of here and stop yapping in your ear. And I'm going to, yeah, start clearing this out, leveling off some ground, and get to building because that's what I like to do. So I'm out of here. And until next time, I'll catch you later.